The big mix. So, what's the main function of red blood cells? A, B, C, and D carry oxygen, fight infection, clot blood, produce hormones. So, my dear friends who want to participate in the quiz to refresh your knowledge, to refresh your mind in the interactive and interesting game. All right, hey there. Yup, red blood cells, erythrocytes, carry oxygen from the lungs to tissues throughout the body and return carbon dioxide to the lungs. They contain hemoglobin, which binds to oxygen. We are going to the next question. It's random pick. It's a random pick. So, Discovery Zone. Which programming language was developed by Microsoft? C, Python, Java, Ruby. What's your pick? Active player. B. Alright, Python. Nope. C# was developed by Microsoft in 2000 as part of its .NET initiative led by Andrews Hagelsberg. We're going to the next question. So, Enigma deck. Who developed the first successful polio vaccine? Louis Pasteur, Jonas Salk, Robert Koch, Alexander Fleming. Who has an opinion? Just you can randomly pick, or if you know, you can pick the correct answer. D. All right. Nope. Jonas Salk developed the first successful polio vaccine in 1955, which helped nearly eradicate the disease worldwide. Okay, we are going to the next random question. Refresh your mind, refresh your knowledge, people. Thought Spark Arena. How many players are on a basketball team on the court? 6, 5, 7, 8. So easy, I think, so easy. So, who has an opinion? B. All right, the active participant is here. Okay, others just watching. All right, no worries, it's B. Yeah, there are 5 players from each team on the basketball court at the same time. Each team have more players on the bench who can substitute during the game. Okay, we're going to the next random pick. Come on, people, don't hesitate. You can just choose the option randomly. Which country invented the printing press? Italy, Germany, China, France. Which country invented the printing press? Italy, Germany, China, France. Just easily you can write A, B, C, or D. Which country invented the printing press? Germany. Hi there, Lil. Hi there. So it's guess. All right, no worries. It's a guess, so it's just interactive game, just to refresh your mind. C. So the first answer was Germany. So there are no similar answers. I'm gonna pick B, as there's the first answer. Yes, Johannes Gutenberg invented the printing press with movable type in Mainz, Germany around 1440, revolutionizing the spread of information. That's great. Shell, hi there. So we're going to another random topic. So there are 30 questions in the one set of game. And at the end of the game, you get very nice motivational quote from a famous person. Quiz quest. Which part of the brain controls balance and coordination? Cerebrum, medulla, cerebellum, or hypothalamus? Phew, wow, lucky. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, which part of the brain controls balance and coordination? Cerebrum, medulla, cerebellum, hypothalamus. D, maybe. So, any other option to pick? I want to remind you can randomly pick if you want. It's just a refreshing game, refreshing knowledge game, just to make some fun and at the same time to get some knowledge, some information. All right, nobody's answering right now. So it's only one person. Maybe anyone else? If they're gonna be according to based on the rules, if there is two or more several answers, I pick that option. If there is different answers with different options, I'm gonna pick the first one. All right, I'm picking one. It's incorrect. The cerebellum, it's C option is correct. Located at the back of the brain, is responsible for coordinating voluntary movements, balance, and posture. It fine-tunes motor activities and maintains equilibrium. All right, another random question. Brain crunch. All right, what year did the Titanic sink? 1912, 1905, 1920, 1915. Which year did the Titanic sink? 1912, 1905, 1920, 1915. So I don't think it's a very hard question, but even if it is for somebody, but at least you will refresh your mind. What year? Don't know. Let's A. All right, anyone else? Let's A, 1912. All right, let's do 1912. Yeah, the RMS Titanic sank on April 15, 1912 after colliding with the iceberg in the North Atlantic. Over 1,500 people perished in this tragedy. Okay, we're going to another random topic, random question number 8. 8 people are watching and the number of question is 8. Mixmaster, what's the currency of Japan? Yen, yuan, won, ringgit. Ringgit or ringgit. What is the currency of Japan? Yen, yuan, won, ringgit. So, who is gonna pick one? A. All right, anyone else? 5 people are watching. Maybe anyone else wants to participate and then maybe stay or leave. Anyone else? Okay, no one is answering except one person. Yen. Yes, the yen is the official currency of Japan. It's one of the most traded currencies in the world and it's symbolized by this icon. All right, another random pick. Sharp mind. Which company created the iPhone? Samsung, Apple, Microsoft, Google. I don't think it's a very hard question, right? Everyone knows that, but anyway, there will be the mix of medium, easy, and difficult questions. So, which company created the iPhone? Anyway, anyone wants to see? Yeah, let's see. Apple Incorporated created and released the first iPhone in 2007, revolutionizing the smartphone industry under Steve Jobs' leadership. Okay, going to the 10th random pick, and there are in total there are 30 questions. Mind Maze. Who wrote the Canterbury Tales? Geoffrey Chaucer, William Shakespeare, John Milton, Geoffrey of Monmouth. So, who wrote the Canterbury Tales? Geoffrey Chaucer, William Shakespeare, John Milton, Geoffrey of Monmouth. What's your pick? my dear friends, my dear viewers? Who wrote the Canterbury Tales? Any random pick, any random option. It's just a funny, but at the same time, interesting and useful game. Okay, anyone? I don't know, maybe someone else can help. Yeah, you're the most active player here. So anyone else? Maybe just to write A or B or C or D. As I'm the participant myself too, so let me also participate. I will go with John Milton, I think. Random pick. Nope. Nope, incorrect. Geoffrey Chaucer wrote the Canterbury Tales in the late 14th century. This collection of stories is considered one of the most important works in English literature. Remember and memorize that. So we're going to another random topic. Okay, smart shuffle. In which film does the character say, "Go ahead, make my day"? Dirty Harry, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, Sudden Impact, Unforgiven. In which film does a character say, "Go ahead, make my day"? Dirty Harry, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, Sudden Impact, Unforgiven. D. Alright, Unforgiven. You choose this option, D, right? So, alright, anyone else? There are 4 viewers. Alright, so okay, I'm clicking on D. No, the correct answer is C. Clint Eastwood's Harry Callahan says, "Go ahead, make my day" in Sudden Impact 1983, the 4th film in the Dirty Harry series. The line was even used by President Reagan. Going to number 12, random pick number 12. Trivia universe. Which element has the atomic number 1? Helium, hydrogen, oxygen, carbon. Which element has the atomic number 1? Helium, hydrogen, oxygen, carbon. So, dear friends, who is going to give the B? Okay, the most active player is participating. Okay, is saying B. Hydrogen. Yes. See, it was B. Hydrogen was atomic number 1, making the lightest and most abundant element in the universe. Okay, going to the next question. Random topic. Trivia universe. You see, it's a repeating question. Which element has the atomic number 1? So it was the answer. It was hydrogen. We go to another topic. Curiosity World. What is the chemical formula for water? CO2, H2O, O2, NaCl. What is the chemical formula for water? CO2, H2O, B, H2O, O2. Alright, so you pick B. Right, let's do it. Yes, H2O water consists of 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. This simple molecule is essential for all known forms of life. Go to the number 15 random question. Mind Maze. Who wrote Romeo and Juliet? Christopher Marlowe, John Milton, William Shakespeare, Ben Jonson. Who wrote Romeo and Juliet? Christopher Marlowe, John Milton, William Shakespeare, Ben Jonson. C. Alright, William Shakespeare, right? Okay. Click William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare wrote Romeo and Juliet around 1594, 1596. This tragic love story about two young star-crossed lovers has become one of the most famous plays in the world. Hi there, Rojamos. Hi there. Yes, the correct pick. We go to another random question. Enigma deck. So, what question is going to be there? Who developed the first successful polio vaccine? It was already, this is a repeating question because this is a random pick. Louis Pasteur, Jonas Salk, Robert Koch, Alexander Fleming. So those who didn't participate can Jonas Salk. Anyone else? Maybe Royamos, you can D. Okay, D, and we have B. According to based on the rules of the game, if there are two same answers, two or more, so I pick that. If there is several different answers, so I pick the first one. It's B. Jonas Salk developed the first successful polio vaccine in 1955, which helped nearly eradicate the disease worldwide. We are going to another random topic. So let's see. Brain crunch. Who was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize? Rosalind Franklin, Dorothy Hodgkin, Marie Curie, Barbara McClintock. Who was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize? Rosalind Franklin. C. All right. Ryan C. Coach High C. All right. Marie Curie. Yes, Marie Curie was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize, receiving the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1903, shared with her husband Pierre Curie and Henry Becquerel. Okay, we have 30 questions, and now we are going to random question number 18. Yes, you're right. Clicking in Quiz Quest. Who discovered penicillin? Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin in 1928. This accidental discovery so this accidental discovery revolutionized medicine and led to the development of antibiotics, saving millions of lives. All right, because I had one call, which sometimes disconnects the voice, but anyway, I think it should work. So we are going to another question, random question. Matt, hi there. So, Smart Shuffle. In which film does the character say, "Here is looking at you, kid"? The Maltese Falcon, Gone with the Wind, Casablanca, It's a Wonderful Life. In which film does the character say, "Here is looking at you, kid"? The Maltese Falcon, Gone with the Wind, Casablanca, It's a Wonderful Life. You can pick a random question. It's just interactive, interesting, at the same time funny game. I don't know. All right, anyone else? Maybe anyone else wants to contribute to the answer? As I'm also the participant, I want to choose, let's say, I don't know myself, but I'm gonna go with Gone with the Wind. No, it's Casablanca. Humphrey Bogart's character Rick says, "Here is looking at you, kid," to Ingrid Bergman's character Lisa. In Casablanca, 1942, this line has become one of the most memorable in cinema history. So we are going to another random question. Fast thinker. So, which programming language was created by Guido van Rossum? Python, Java, Ruby, Perl. Which programming language was created by Guido van Rossum? Python, Java, Ruby, Perl. What's your answer? Anyone has an opinion to make a pick? A. All you're writing A, Python, right? So let's go with A. Yes, Guido van Rossum created Python in the late 1980s. It's named after the British comedy group Monty Python, not the snake. All right, we go into number 21. Puzzle Portal. Which planet is known for its prominent ring system? Jupiter, Uranus, Saturn, Neptune. Which planet is known for its prominent ring system? Jupiter, Uranus, Saturn, Neptune. What's your pick? Anyone has the opinion? It's C. So your opinion, you picked the C. So as you're the only one viewer, let's go with C. Yes, Saturn has the most extensive and visible ring system of the planet in our solar system, composed mainly of ice particles and rock debris. All right, going to number 22, random pick. The big mix. What type of blood cells fight infection? Red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets, plasma cells. What type of blood cells fight infection? Red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets, and plasma cells. So, your friend. Yes, hi there. Hi there, ST. What type do you have? Do you have an opinion for the pick? For the option, for the right answer? What type of blood cells? Just a random pick. It doesn't matter. Maybe C. All right, ST. Maybe you wanna participate and contribute. What type of blood cells fight infection? All right, only one player is answering. Nope. The blood cells, white blood cells, leukocytes, are part of the immune system and help fight infections by attacking bacteria, viruses, and other foreign invaders in the body. All right, we are going to number 23, random question. I want to mention, we have 30 questions in one set of game. Puzzle Portal. In which planet is close to the sun? Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. Which planet is closest to the sun? Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. I know sometimes there are difficult questions, sometimes there are medium questions, sometimes there are very easy questions. It's a very random questions, just to refresh your mind and maybe to get some new information. In a gaming way. So which planet is closest to the sun? Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. You can pick a random option. It doesn't matter if you're going to be correct or you're going to be incorrect. So I am participating myself too. I want to pick a random one. Let's take Earth. A. All right, you see I picked it already, just randomly. Mercury is the closest planet to the sun and the smallest planet in our solar system with extreme temperature variations. We are going to random pick number 24. Hey there, quiz quest. What is the main function of the lungs? Filter blood, exchange oxygen and carbon dioxide, produce red blood cells, digest food. What is the main function of the lungs? Filter blood, exchange oxygen and carbon dioxide, produce red blood cells, digest food. Anyone has an opinion? Easy question. This category is the easy question. A. Filter blood. All right. No, the correct answer, exchange oxygen and carbon dioxide. The primary function of the lungs, B. Yes, Josh, hi there. The primary function of the lungs is to exchange gases, taking in oxygen from the air we breathe and expelling carbon dioxide produced by the body's cells. Okay, we're going to random question number 25, and we have another 5 questions left to complete the game. Quiz quest. Which international court prosecutes war crimes and crimes against humanity? International Criminal Court, International Court of Justice, European Court of Human Rights, World Court. Which international court prosecutes war crimes and crimes against humanity? International Criminal Court, International Court of Justice, European Court of Human Rights, World Court. I think it's very easy. It's very easy question. So maybe if you want to contribute to the game, you just can write just the option A, B, C, or D. Which international court prosecutes war crimes and crimes against humanity? So anyone has an idea? Which international court prosecutes war? But some people get the with delay. I think the stream goes with delay. For some people it goes with no delay. Depends on the speed of the internet. So which international court prosecutes war crimes and crimes against humanity? Okay, anyone wants to contribute? Anyone wants to answer? Easy. The first person who is going to write the option A, B, C, or D, I'm going to click on that option. Which international court prosecutes war crimes and crimes against humanity? So, dear friends, anyone to contribute to the game? All right, let me do it. International Criminal Court. The ICC, the International Criminal Court, investigates and prosecutes individuals for genocide, war crimes, crimes against humanity, and aggression. Random pick number 26. The big mix. What is the largest organ in the human body? Heart, skin, liver, brain. What is the largest organ in the human body? Heart, skin, liver, brain. What is the largest organ in the human body? B. Okay, anyone else? 4 people are watching. Maybe anyone else has an idea? What is the largest organ in the human body? Heart, skin, liver, brain. All right, the first person who answered, okay, let's go with brain. Yes, the skin. The skin is the largest organ in the human body, covering an area of about 20 square feet in adults. It serves as a protective barrier and helps regulate body temperature. Okay, we go to number 27, random pick number 27. Fast thinker zone. Who invented the telephone? Alexander Graham Bell, Thomas Edison, Nikola Tesla, Samuel Morse. Who invented the telephone? Alexander Graham Bell, Thomas Edison, Nikola Tesla, Samuel Morse. Okay, so you're picking A. Option A. Anyone else has an idea? Anyone else wants to contribute? Who invented the telephone? Alexander Graham Bell. Okay, we go there. Yes, Alexander Graham Bell patented the telephone in 1876. His invention revolutionized long-distance communication and paved the way of modern telecommunications. While others worked on similar technologies, Bell is created with creating the first practical telephone that could transmit clear human speech. All right, we're going to question number 28. Random question number 28. Mixmaster. What is the currency of Brazil? Real, peso, cruzeiro, escudo. What is the currency of Brazil? Real, peso, cruzeiro, escudo. So as I see, you're writing A or B. Okay, so the currency of Brazil, you say A or B. So let's pick A. Real. Brazilian real is the official currency of Brazil, introduced in 1994 to stabilize the Brazilian economy. Right, you're right. So let's choose the random topic. Said hi. Hi there, Catherine. Hi, Catherine. So quiz test number 29. What is the main language spoken in Egypt? Arabic, Egyptian, Coptic, Berber. What is the main language spoken in Egypt? Arabic, Egyptian, Coptic. It's B. You're picking B. Anyone else? Catherine said hi. Yes, maybe you have a option to pick. A, B, C, or D. B. All right, we'll go to this B. Nope. The right answer is Modern Standard Arabic is official language of Egypt, though Egyptian Arabic is the most widely spoken dialect. We are going to the last question. Random pick. It's last question. We are going to the last question. And what we have? Big mix. Which organ produces insulin in the human body? Liver, kidney, pancreas, spleen. Which organ produces insulin in the body, in the human body? Liver, kidney, pancreas, spleen. It's the last question. And we will see the result. Which organ produces insulin in the human body? Liver, kidney, pancreas, spleen. So, anyone has an idea? Hi there. Hi, Foss. Zara. Foss Zara. Hi, Zara. So, this is the last question. Question number 30. Which organ produces insulin in the human body? So, don't know. Okay. Anyone? Maybe Zara, maybe Catherine. Maybe you have just opinion. Which organ produces insulin in the human body? Liver, kidney, pancreas, spleen. All right, no, nobody's answering and don't know. Let's say it's pancreas. Yes, the pancreas produces insulin, a hormone that regulates blood sugar level. Insulin allows cells to absorb glucose from the bloodstream for energy. So we're going to the result. 20 correct, 10 incorrect. 67%. And at the end, there is a small quote. Wisdom is the right use of knowledge. Charles Spurgeon. So this was the game for today, for now. I hope to get, yes, I'll be here today again, a bit later. We could play again. So thanks for watching and bye.